What did you do when you realized protecting her was more important than protecting the marriage? Sign it. My husband slid the envelope across the dinner table, his tone cold enough to freeze the air. No greeting, no explanation, just an order. She hesitated before opening it. Her fingers trembled slightly. When she finally unfolded the paper, I saw the color drain from her face. This is a marriage contract, she said quietly. Exactly. His voice was steel. The man's from a good family. You'll sign it tonight. I won't. The word hung between them, heavy, dangerous. His hand slammed down on the table so hard the glasses jumped. Then make her understand, he said through his teeth, turning to me. Because if she keeps defying me, neither of you will like what happens next. The paper slipped from her fingers. It fluttered to the floor like something dying. I wanted to reach for her hand, but didn't, not yet. The next day, our living room was filled with people. Laughter, perfume, and the smell of cardamom tea disguised the tension curling through the walls. He stood at the center, glass raised high, charming and hollow. We have something to celebrate, he announced. Our daughter has agreed to a proposal from a very respectable family. Smiles bloomed, applause, blessings, but she just froze. She hadn't agreed to anything. Under the table, I found her hand and gave it a quick squeeze. Part apology, part warning. Stand up, he whispered through his smile. Don't embarrass me. She didn't move. I saw the muscle in his jaw twitch. That small sign was enough to make my stomach twist with dread. That night, I went to her room. She sat on the floor, knees pulled to her chest, eyes hollow. I didn't know he'd announce it today, I whispered, but if I speak out, he'll turn on me too. She didn't answer, just nodded, a tiny broken motion. After a long silence, I said, so we'll do it quietly, just you and me. We didn't sleep that night. The plan unfolded in whispers, her bag half-packed, cash hidden inside a scarf, her escape timed for dawn. Downstairs, guests still lingered, their laughter floating through the walls. We played along, smiling like ghosts. Then, from the hallway, I heard a voice, low, gossipy, careless. It's sad about his first wife, burned in that fire. Never proved if it was an accident or not. My hand froze around my teacup. Another voice replied, he'll get her father's business stake once he marries the girl. That's the real deal. The words hit me like a slap. I felt her eyes on me, wide and frightened. I didn't look back. I just whispered, we leave before sunrise. Across the room, my husband laughed with his guests, confident, oblivious. The clock ticked loud enough to count down our final hours. Before dawn, she left. One small bag, one address folded in her pocket. I watched from the upstairs window as the taxi disappeared down the street. My hands shook, but I forced myself to close the curtain. By morning, the house erupted. Where is she? He roared, slamming doors, voice echoing through the walls. Tell me where you sent her. I stood in the doorway, calm on the outside, though my heart pounded like a drum. She's safe, I said. You did this, he shouted, veins bulging at his temples. You ruined everything. Our name, our deal. No, I said quietly. You did. His fist came down on the table, cracking wood. I didn't flinch. For years, I'd bowed my head and called it peace. That morning, I realized silence had been my cage. I packed a small bag, just the essentials. At the door, I paused by the photo frame, his smile frozen beside mine, the picture already feeling like evidence of another life. I turned it face down. Outside, the air was sharp and cold, the kind that stings but also wakes you up. I called the number my friend had given me. My voice shook. I'm coming too, I said. Hours later, the city melted into smaller streets. The sun was weak, pale, barely lifting above the rooftops. The door opened before I could knock. She stood there, hair tangled, eyes red but alive. For a second, we just stared at each other. Then I stepped forward and pulled her close. She was shaking, so was I, but she was breathing. I pressed my face into her hair and whispered, it's over. We're free. Her tears soaked into my shoulder. I didn't stop them. In that moment, I knew I'd lost everything he ever claimed to give me. The house, the respect, the name carved into our mailbox. But I'd saved what truly mattered. And for the first time in years, I exhaled without fear.